swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Clock now on first down. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 18 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Lock going to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Lock working out of the gun. Touchdown, Bears! Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. First carry for Nick Chubb. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot. See.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Open man, here's Schwartz, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's taken down inside the 30. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A gain of 6 there on first. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Back to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery, and he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Locke. No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's not going to sniff the... First down here. He stopped at the 25.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now this is fielded in the end zone, and he's going to be trapped inside his own 5. A very curious decision to bring that one out. An unbelievable punt there. We're talking 70-plus yards. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 92 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. from the 29. Lock. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Lock to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taking it about the 16. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A give. This is Chubb. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
We always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Here's 2nd and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Lock's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw it is Lock. That's caught by Montgomery. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on third down, Locke.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here are the Browns to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards there to begin the third quarter. They also lead by 3 points. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw here.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz.
His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing now is Locke.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's Locke. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guy...
Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown. Allen Robinson with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is down to a field goal. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
Taken from about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. Chubb will have the first down and much more.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
92 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Escapes the defender.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 37. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
You certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Got an open man, it's Schwartz.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run with Chubb. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. A 1st down and then some for Montgomery. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now to the air. Lock. Caught out left side by Robinson. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Browns drive about to get started. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when...
He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 11. And the Bears are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Touchdown, Chicago.
For Drew Lock coming out of... Missouri, the one thing that scouts they loved was his arm strength, and we see why there.
Rosas good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front. Say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
He gets away from one. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
And even 150 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage. Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. He's got the first down inside the 10, and down to the 7-yard line.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really...
Touchdown, Browns! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Lock caught by Montgomery. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a third down. Lock now to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Montgomery.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Lock's throw taken in by Ridley here.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Lock's throw complete here to Kmet.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Lock. That's complete right side to Kmet.
Touchdown, Bears!
Cole Kmet, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Cleveland offense making their way out. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly controlled right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So now the Bears down by 10. And time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Now Locke. And he finds Montgomery complete. Not much there, only a yard. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense.
Able to complete it to Montgomery.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's Locke.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.